Okay, hello everyone. And oh no, okay, yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to Minecraft. We're here back in the wonderful world, and we'll be moving on to A1 Thomas's car, car showroom, plus his research lab over there. So here's basically his version of the car showroom compared to mine. So he's got this sort of archway with two nice birch doors. He's got very large windows, as most showrooms do. On the front of it, he's also got this sort of checkered pattern, which sort of makes it look like castle battlements, which is pretty cool. He has got an open glass roof, which means plenty of light will come in to the showroom, light up the cars. And once again, just huge windows all round. As you can see, he's got this lapis walkways with outlines of quartz. The actual inside of it is all very white, very modern, which many showrooms are. They're typically sort of bright white to sort of really show off the cars. So he's sort of gone with that tactic. So he named his cars after various manufacturers, and instead of creating a book like I did, where it is, there it is, instead of creating a book and quill, he just put down signs. So this is his sort of race car type one. It's a very, very fast sports car. Oh yeah, by the way, his thing was evaluated at 900,000 because he's really into cars and he didn't want to lose to my showroom because he's really into cars, so I had to give him 900,000. But let me know what you guys think of his showroom. Is it worth that? If it is, fair enough. If it isn't, what do you think it's worth? Same with all the cars. What do you think these cars would be worth? So you've got this thing, which is the Pegasi F1 from Italy. A top speed of 220 miles per hour, 0 to 60 3.5 seconds, 450,000 nanoblocks, so it's red with a white stripe, as is many Italian sports cars, and so it's just a more sort of sleek F1 type race car. Now you've got the sort of Land Rover or Range Rover of the group, which is the Limsey Off-Road XR1, because I don't know. F1 X1, but that was evaluated at 55,000. Top speed of 145, 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, coming from the UK, so obviously in British green with a white stripe. And all these cars, if they actually have windows, have got these white tinted glass windows. You can, of course, customize the cars when you actually get them, but for now they come with white tinted windows. So it's very big, very bulky, very off-roady, obviously, and it sort of fits that SUV role. Then you've got this thing, which is the Enos Speed LR1XZ Sport. So yeah, there's that. It's a sort of racing pickup sort of type thing, it looks like. Top speed of 220, 0 to 60, 2.2 seconds, coming from Italy, of course. 750,000, so it's in orange with a black stripe down the center, because it's sort of a theme that he has with his cars, where they all have to have a stripe down the center. I did it for a couple of cars, but I suppose if people like stripes, then they can have stripes. Of course, you don't have to have the stripe, but all of these show cars have obviously got the stripe on it. So, yeah, 750,000, so pretty expensive. With this sort of racing pickup sort of back, with a big open driver's area, driver's compartment, I keep wanting to say, but and of course it's very low sprung as well. Compared to something like this, it's very sleek, very, very low to the ground, very quick. So this thing is the Enos Remote, 175,000. Top speed 180, 0 to 65 seconds, coming from Italy. So stripe down the center, of course, black and red, this one. Then you've got the white tinted windows, with once again very low sprung. Then you've got this Limsey Model 300 SLRX for 200,000. top speed of 175, 0 to 60, 5.5 seconds, coming from the UK, so it's pretty wide. Well, then again, they're all 3 blocks wide, so I suppose my cars aren't that different, to be honest. But it's a more sort of, it's very limo-esque, but it's more of a sort of city car. So you'd put your kids in the back, you'd drive up front, sort of got a pretty long bonnet, kids in the back, yeah, no real spoiler, no real sporty bits. So basically all the cars that he has from the UK are the sort of more town, the city, the off-road, the more sort of closer to home type cars, whereas all of the things from Italy or whatever, they're very fast sports cars. For example, the Enus Pride, 175,000, top speed of 180, 0 to 60, 4.5 seconds, coming from Italy. But I mean, look, it's a very sporty car. Sorry, it's a very sporty car. It's sort of got slightly raised indentures with this carpet. It's got, well, you can actually sit in this one, so it's got this sort of back window. I'm guessing that's supposed to be the engine, so it's a sort of open engine sort of type deal. And then you've got the windscreen here. You've got the well, you've got the top of the windscreen obviously there. You've got this sort of raised up bit, which is fairly cool. And yeah, it's a more slower Italian car, but still pretty quick. And it certainly looks pretty cool as well. Then he does have things outside, like Kaido. He has got a fair amount actually inside of his dealership, but outside he's got this limo, the Limsey limo model Z-Type, 130 miles per hour top speed, 0 to 60, 10 seconds, coming from the UK for 500,000. So yeah, once again, an example of how the British are taking things more slowly than the Italian cars here. So it's your basic stretch limo. It's got the where you would have all of your famous people or whatever, you would have them all sitting in there. You'd have the chauffeur up front, and this huge long front end to protect against crashes or anything. Then you've got a new type, because so far we've only had the one maker from Italy and the one maker from Britain. But now you've got this Kalari Motors Speed Family HG1 for 100,000, so pretty inexpensive. Coming from Japan, top speed 150, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. So it's a very wide vehicle, 4 blocks wide, so that's very, very big. Wouldn't fit on my roads over there, definitely. But it's looking pretty swag in orange. It has got an abundance of lights on it, 5 rear lights, 4 front lights. It's got a huge area in there. It's a sort of traveling car, I suppose you could call it. So yeah, it's just a huge car coming from Japan. Then you have another new dealer to the mix, the Sisto Motors Sports Fan FDZ for 120,000. Top speed 190, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds, coming from Germany. So it's your basic small van, pretty quick van apparently, 190 miles per hour top speed with a 3.5 seconds 0 to 60 speed. So it's a more sort of racing van, hence why it's got the British racing green and the stripe down the centre here. But yeah, it's your basic goods van if you wanted it to be. I suppose you could definitely go get somewhere quick with your delivery in one of these things. Then you got the Sisto Motors Sports Pickup for 155,000. Top speed of 195 miles per hour, 0 to 60, 3.2 seconds, coming from Germany. And it's another sort of racing pickup type thing, but it's slightly slower than the Italian one that's in there. Looking fine and white. It's got the rear lights basically attached to the wheel arches at the back there, and basically he made this one because, well, we were making farms at this point, so he was like, I need a vehicle for my farm. What do they typically have? Pickups. I was making a pickup especially for my farm, so he was like, I'll do the same. So he made this thing, a very fast pickup truck, able to transport your goods to and from your farm rapidly. Then, whilst we were making the race cars, I made a whole new race car dealership. He made a couple of cars over here. So you have this one for 600,000, which is the Zimzo Blaster, coming from Germany. 240 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. It's your basic F1 car. He's been very clever with snow, actually, where he's made this sort of raised air intake scoop, which F1 cars have. They've got lights on, obviously. He's got this rear spoiler. He has the front splitter to create that downforce, which has got this raised up bit here. You'd obviously sit in there. It's very, very, very low sprung, which you would expect a F1 car to be sleek. And then you have the Americans coming in. You know, the Americans muscling in on everything. So the Americans are muscled in with an Automotors Mercante for 350,000, coming from America. Top speed of 210, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds, and they've just gone big. It's got this very elaborate rear spoiler. It's an enclosed cabin. If you imagine in real life, this would just be a sheet of glass, allowing you to see backwards in case you're reversing, I guess. And it's just, yeah, your basic covered F1 car. You've got the splitter down front there to create that G-force, and of course the stripe. It's not quite as low sprung as that thing, but it's still pretty low sprung. And that's it for his cars. So yeah, those are all the cars that he's done. But now we come to this, which is his version of our research lab, because the research lab was probably the first thing I think that we made. And so this is his one. Research facility code F for 12 million. 4 armed guards at the front here to stand guard. If you imagine that these were actual people, so these would be 4 armed guards wearing iron armor. Coming through here, you've got the guard station. You would have a piece of glass here, but for the purpose of us actually closing the doors, we just sort of remove the glass. So the guard would be in here. You'd show your key card or whatever. He'd book you in. Front doors close with some piston doors. So the garden area has a little clock in there. There you go, it's in there. So from the entrance, actually, you've got this sort of white, this blue and black striped carpet with a armed guard standing there. But so you got the toilets in here. Yeah, just literally a toilet. So that's literally the toilet there. You have general research, where mine was very military orientated. His is more sort of civilian orientated. So he's just testing out different block properties according to his cover story. Who knows what dark things could be going on in this facility? But yeah, according to his official cover story, he is testing blocks and their properties. So different clearance of key cards up to key card clearance 3, I think. So in here, this is security 1 research with a keycard 1 clearance coming in here. It's very dark, but he's testing gravel. I think that's either dark oak wood or birch in there. I'm not too sure. Not birch. Dark oak wood or... yeah, it is dark oak wood. Okay. Then he's also got sponge, and he's got some coal ore in that one. So yeah, some general research again, but just slightly higher clearance. 2 more armed guards. This is restricted area with the level 2 clearance card needed to or higher to enter. So 2 double doors. Coming in here, another guard for weapons testing, and then this is another one. And then so coming in here, testing out various things. Got some iron ore, got some lapis ore, got a piston, sticky piston, got a chest, a daylight sensor, and blank for right now, with once again a clock in there. Once again, sticking with this rather nice blue and black striped carpet. And then inside weapons testing, you have got, there we go. Inside weapons testing, you've got a basic bow and arrow. Are obviously going to pursue that research more, but hence why there's an armed guard there. Coming down here, 4 more armed guards. Yes, 4 more. So that's, I'm not too sure how many guards. I think this thing has got more guards than my spaceship has guns, frankly. He has gone slightly overboard with the armed guards for this facility. I mean, if I had those amount of armed guards, it would be understandable because I'm doing weapons research. He's testing block properties. Why does he need all of these armed guards? Look, 4 more gold armored guards. Level 3 clearance or higher is needed to enter this restricted area. So glass heat testing. So he's got what is this? He's got white, dark green, pink and purple, or maybe magenta and purple glass here. But either way, so it's just a whole load of lava encased in glass, testing the heat properties of it. So which way have I come from? Come from this way. So yeah, continuing down the stripy carpet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 more guards here. Prison cell for high security traitors. Going down here, got some sea lanterns. Sea lanterns were in the dealership as well. So now we've got 8 diamond coated guards standing watch for these high security traitors, and you've got basic cell with the toilet and a light source. That's basically it in here. Oh yeah, don't forget the 2 more armed guards down here. Diamond coated armed guards, so yeah, more of them down there. So that's 10 in total diamond armed guards just for the prison cell, with another 7 gold armored guards. Sleep area here for all the scientists, because he said that the scientists never leave. Once they enroll in here, that's it, they're staying in here forever. So yeah, if you want to work here, be prepared to leave everything and live at the research facility. Coming in here, 2 more toilets in case they need to go during the night. No actual toilets in here, so yeah, there's that. But then you also now have the boss coming through here. So basically an empty room that has no other purpose than to have the guards here. So there's another 6 diamond guards. Head manager's room for the owner. Once again, 3 more guards. A double bed for the manager because he doesn't get to leave either, and he has got a fairly nice desk actually. He's got red carpet. This is a fairly nice office, frankly. Could do with a bit of shrubbery about, but oh well. But yeah, he does have a pretty nice big desk. If he had a computer or a laptop, he could, tap away on that. But yeah, so that's his research lab, dedicated to supposedly testing blocks. At least the first half of it is. An abundance of guards so that you know that your research will be kept safe. And yeah, so that's that. Next we'll move on to the playing the big Monopoly board and perhaps this house here, or these couple of houses. But yeah, so that was his research facility and his dealership. So thank you for watching and goodbye.